What is up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of From the Booth to the Court. It's your boy Roy, and you can tell by the graffiti in the backdrop, you already know this video is going to be about some hip-hop. But before we actually get into the video, I want to take time to actually send our love, our prayers, and our condolences to Nipsey Hussle and his family. For those who don't know, this past Sunday, Nipsey Hussle unfortunately was gunned down due to some gun violence and actually lost his life. So we want to take the time to be able to send our prayers out to Nipsey Hussle's family, Lauren London, and all his friends and close associates that's closely, related to Nipsey Hussle. That's definitely a loss that we're going to feel in this hip-hop community. He was one of our strong pillars, somebody he was doing so much as far as not only musically, but for his community, creating job opportunities and, showing people how to become their own bosses, becoming businessmen. So we definitely want to send our love and our prayers out to Nipsey Hussle and his family. So with that, in today's video, we are actually going to be talking about our list of the top 10 rap crew labels. Now, before we actually go forward, I'm basically going to classify what I'm considering a rap crew label. Now, everybody know as far as hip-hop, that Def Jam is the alpha, omega, the GOAT status, the really all-time high, like God-like label when it comes to basically rap hip-hop labels. But in my eyes, even though they're under Universal, I kind of see them as a parent company like Universal just because they had so many imprints and so many rap crew labels kind of come under them. So for me, like my consideration of like rap crew labels are crews of rappers that kind of operate and function as a label, for example, like Rough Riders. So I want to just kind of break that down before I get into my list.
Okay.
So coming in at the number 10 spot, I got Quality Control. QC. Now, QC, they basically got a popping label right now. Pretty much everybody on their roster is on fire. I mean, they got the Migos with Takeoff, Offset, and Quavo. They got City Girls popping. They got Lil Yachty popping. They got Lil Baby popping. I mean, I think they had Rich the Kid at one point. They managed like Cardi B as well as Trippie Redd. Like pretty much everybody on the label is on fire. If you got a hip-hop radio station in your area, I'm pretty sure out of 3 songs, at least one of them is related to QC, if not 2. And I mean, I got them at number 10 right now on my list just because their run actually really kind of started in like 2013, 2014, but they really start hitting their stride this past like 2-3 years. So they definitely somebody that, probably 2 or 3 years from now, I really will have higher up on the list. But I got them coming at the number 10 spot for right now. So coming in at the number 9 spot, we got TDE, Top Dog Entertainment. I mean, their crew is pretty, they pretty much like QC. Everybody is pretty much popping on the label. They got Kendrick Lamar. They got J-Rock, who had a phenomenal year last year, 2018. They got SZA, who had a breakout, year last year in 2018 as well. They got Isaiah Rashad, Ab-Soul. Both of those are dope MCs. Schoolboy Q, who just dropped that groove, Num Num Juice. So I'm really excited to see, if he's going to drop his album this year. I'm pretty sure he is. But that label, kind of just like QC, they definitely a label that I will have like higher on the list, about a few years from now. So I'm going to probably have to do this video over. But for right now, I got them at number 9. And I mean, they pretty much growing. Their whole roster is sick. So that's who I have in my number 9 spot. Now coming in at the number 8 spot, I got Kanye West record label Good Music. I mean, Good Music, they've been basically having dope MCs and just been putting out dope quality artists and music, since Kanye created the label. I mean, right now they roster, they got Kanye West, they got Tiana Taylor, they had Big Sean, Pusha T, Sci-Hi the Prince, Common. I mean, everything that they pretty much touch is super fire. Everything is high. I mean, last year they pretty much killed it. Everybody put out, they 7-song albums and EPs that they had released, and the music was fire. I mean, they even got Designer too, who really was killing the game with that Panda record that he had and everything that he was doing. So I got them coming in at the number 8 spot on my list, and they definitely got a lot of artists to watch out for. So coming in at the number 7 spot, I got Rap-A-Lot Records. Now, Rap-A-Lot Records is a legendary label that's coming out of the South with, Jay Prince at the helm of that label. And they just basically somebody who is so strong and really impact the game, with they movement. They really was showing people down south how to be bosses and, making their own independent labels. They put out the Ghetto Boys with Scarface. And even up to today, Jay Prince's son, Jay Prince Jr., is the one who actually found Drake and introduced him to Young Money and Lil Wayne. So they still got a hand in that success. And they really just a legendary imprint, legendary label, not only down south, but just throughout the hip-hop community. And Jay Prince just got so much respect, not only from me, but pretty much everybody in hip-hop. So they definitely a strong movement. I got coming at number 7. Now, number 6 on the list, I got the Tank. No Limit Records with Master P. Make them say, huh?
Stupid.
They're not.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
You stupid.
I can't do it like P. But I got them coming in. And No Limit, they actually was really killing stuff like from the mid-90s to about the mid-2000s. Even now, they got movie ventures coming out. I Got the Hookup Part 2 about to drop, and that first one was a hood classic, so I'm really excited to see this new one. They got so many dope comedians that's from not only Instagram, but just basically doing their thing. But musically, they roster was fire, especially in the late 90s, early 2000s. P was putting out fire. They had Mystical, Silk the Shocker, Mia X. They even had Snoop Dogg at one point in time. Even Lil Romeo. They were doing everything. P was just basically a person that was ahead of his time, an innovator. He was going from, record label to doing clothes and then doing liquor and then doing TV shows and then doing movies. Like, this man was all over the place, and that brand and that Tank is really a strong label, a strong logo, and, well respected in this hip hop game. So I got them coming at number 6. Now, number 5, I got none other than Bad Boy Records and the man Sean P. Diddy Combs himself. Now, the Bad Boy imprint is basically a Notorious label. Heck, they got Notorious B.I.G. They had him on the label. They had Mary J. Blige that they was working with, Total, 112, Loon, Mace, G-Dep, Black Rob, just basically a whole bunch of dope MCs and dope singers that were attached to the brand. They were so fire musically, it's like they couldn't miss. They even made a TV show signing musicians and basically making them hit artists with Danity Kane, Day 26, the band. Bad Boy Records, they just basically a legendary rap crew label in this game. Diddy, man, is a straight boss. I need to get some tips from him. The man's basically been doing it so consistently. So I got Bad Boy Records coming in at number 5. So at number 4, I got Cash Money, Young Money. Now, Cash Money has actually been on the scene since like the early 90s, mid-90s, and up to now. They really kind of been hot pretty much the whole time. They came in, they had the Hot Boys with Juvenile, Turk, Lil Wayne, and BG. Even back then, they was putting out nothing but flames, and then they transitioned to the Young Money, Young Money generation of the Cash Money, Young Money thing. And they had Lil Wayne, who one of the GOATs, one of the greatest rappers to do it. They got Nicki Minaj, one of the greatest female rappers to do it. Drake, one of the greatest in the game as well. And they really not missing. Drake's still pretty much a top artist. Nicki's still pretty much a top artist. So even now, right now, to this day, the Cash Money, Young Money imprint and label was still killing things in the rap game. So I got them coming in at number 4 on my list. Now, number 3 on my list, I got none other than the Death Row Records label. Like, Death Row basically was hot in the early 90s and mid-90s. They pretty much was killing it. They were basically the sound of the West Coast. Basically Dr. Dre and other the producers, like Daz and Warren G, they basically was kind of innovative and killing that G-Funk sound. They had that gangster rap music coming out the West, bouncing. If you listen to those albums and those projects, they still sound relevant and still sound up to date. Like, they was putting out nothing but classic music. They had Snoop Dogg signed to the label. They had the Dog Pound. They had Tupac. They had so many, Lady of Rage. The list goes on and on. And when Death Row was at their peak, nobody was touching them in rap. I don't care what anybody say. Nobody was touching Death Row Records in rap when they were at their peak. So I got them coming in at number 3. Now, number 2 on the list, I got Rockefeller, and I put a / Rock Nation. Because even though the Rockefeller imprint kind of disbanded when Kareem Biggs, Dame Dash, and Jay-Z all went their separate ways, even with the Rock Nation, if you look at the people who are attached to it, I know they got that paper plane logo, but they still give out Rock Nation Rockefeller-like chains to people who are assigned to them as far as management-wise, even sports players. So I definitely had to merge them together, but man, the Rockefeller brand is so legendary. They had so many dope crews actually come up under that umbrella. I mean, they had Dipset, State Property. I mean, even Good Music is an affiliate or a branch off of Rockefeller. And right now with that Rock Nation wave, I mean, pretty much everybody in the game is pretty much attached to them in some way. Those Rock Nation brunches be ridiculous. I'm trying to get to them one day. Please just send me an invite or a plate or something. Can you help me? But yeah, I got Rockefeller Rock Nation coming at the 2 spot. Legendary Jay-Z attached to the brand. I mean, you can't lose with Jay-Z. So I got them at number 2. And at the number 1 spot, I got none other than Shady Aftermath. Now that label, man, pretty much, you know, after Dre got his foot in when he left Death Row, he came out originally with The Firm, with AZ, Foxy Brown, and Nas. And then after that, that label just turned up. I mean, they had Eminem, who was at the, you know, when he was doing this thing, even to this day, pretty much is a top, high caliber, dope MC. I mean, they were selling records like crazy. Dr. Dre really just kind of reinvented his sound and his style, and they was number 1. I mean, the top artist at the time that was selling the most units, and it was basically on Shady Aftermath. I mean, Eminem was selling like no other. Then they got 50 Cent. This man came out, was selling like no other. Like 50 Cent, when that man came out and that G-Unit raid popped out, it was nobody popping like him. I promise. I'm sorry, no disrespect to everybody else in the game. Nobody was popping like G-Unit Records when 50 came out. They hot like fish grease. And when Eminem came out, same scenario, hot like fish grease. I mean, even right now, they got Kendrick Lamar. Even though he's on TDE, he's also attached to Aftermath Records. And I mean, that Shady Aftermath umbrella, that G-Unit wave, everything attached to it was straight fire. So that's actually my list of the top 10 rap crew labels that I have. But let me know who you think should be a top 2 rap crew label. You know, what's your list? Put it in the comment sections below. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and then hit that bell so you can be notified when we come in with some fuego hot fire videos. You get that on your phone or wherever it is that you go to get those notifications. And then, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Let me know if my list is whack or trash. It probably is. I don't know.
You suck.
But this is just my list. I'm just basically throwing stuff together, you know, to trying to come up with my different top 10s as far as hip hop and sports. So let me know what you think. Appreciate you guys tuning into the video, and we out.